Arthur Defensor, the Governor of the Province of Iloilo. Palakpakan natin si Governor Defensor, a champion of good local governance, as evidenced by Iloilo being a passer of the seal of good local governance. I looked at our data a while ago, and out of 82 provinces, there are only 27 provinces which pass the seal of good local governance. Our hats off to Governor Defensor. Of course, I'd like to acknowledge the National President of the Local Legislators League of the Philippines, the Honorable Vice Governor Christine Tingting Garin, the Vice President, the Honorable Kate Galang Cositeng, the executive officers, the vice presidents of the 3 main islands, and the board of directors of the 4L. Particularly, I would like to greet the kababayan and fellow Ibanag, 7th-time board member of the province of Cagayan, Attorney Mila Katabay Lawigan. Of course, I would like to greet our partner here in the ILG Region 6, Regional Director Jovian Ingeniero. To each and everyone, once again, a pleasant afternoon. On behalf of our Secretary, Attorney Benjamin Siabalos Jr. and the whole DILG family, we extend our warmest congratulations to the Lady Local Legislators League of the Philippines for organizing this year's National Summit here in the beautiful city of Iloilo, anchored on the theme, Count Her In, accelerating gender equality through economic empowerment. I was looking at your sessions a while ago. They are very, very, well-crafted sessions to be a more beautiful you, to a better you, to a richer you. These sessions should be participated not only by women legislators but also by men. But I give my hats off to the organizers for choosing those sessions. Sabi nga nila, we need charity begins at home. We need to, have something so that we can share something with others. And attending those sessions, I believe, would contribute to a better local, not only to better local legislators, but also you becoming better persons. It is our pleasure to be part of this event participated by women trailblazers and leaders in public sector. This year's theme speaks directly of our commitment to inclusivity, aligning perfectly well with the trust and priorities of the DILG in fostering an inclusive and gender-centric local governance that is inspired by women. One of the most celebrated poets in the 21st century, Maya Angelou, once said, and I quote, "Each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it, without claiming it, she stands up for all women." In these few words, Maya Angelou encapsulates the profound impact of individual actions made by one woman on the broader struggle for empowerment. It is not just a reflection of one woman's strength, but a testament to the collective power of women everywhere. That when a woman rises to assert her rights, pursue her dreams, or challenge injustice, she paves the way for others to take inspiration and courage to do the same. Indeed, every time a woman asserts her worth, her voice, and her rights, she not only transforms her own life but also paves the way for progress and change for all women. This resonates well with you being local leaders and legislators because you hold a unique power to prioritize gender equality in your legislative agenda, advocate for policies that promote women's rights and opportunities, and ensure that our governance structures are inclusive and equitable. In our long and arduous history as a nation, women have played pivotal roles in shaping our history and changing the political landscape. From the 19th century with the likes of Gabriela Silang and Gregoria del Pilar, the women's suffrage movement that paved the way for this country to be one of the first countries in Asia to allow women to vote and participate in political processes, to holding prominent positions in the government. Filipino women have demonstrated courage and leadership, not only leaving indelible marks in the nation's history, but helping chart the very destiny of our country. No less than our Constitution recognizes the role of women in nation building, and central to the Declaration is the principle of fundamental equality before the law across men and women. As we mark this occasion in commemorating Women's Month, it ushers us to the point of reflection, looking at the progress that we have made in advancing gender equality while acknowledging the work that remains to be done. For instance, from ranking 19 in 2022, the Philippines advanced 3 spots higher, occupying rank 16 among 146 countries in the latest Global Gender Gap Index report of the World Economic Forum. This makes the Philippines the most gender equal country in the region. Towards this end, and in line with the aspirations of the President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., the DILG have implemented various initiatives and issued policies to advance gender equality and empowerment at the grassroots. Further, we recently crafted our strategic plan for 2023 to 2028 to help the President achieve his commitment to the Filipino people. One of our organizational outcomes is inclusive communities enabled, the focus of which is to support LGUs to become active partners in promoting gender equality and empowering women at the local level. We will ensure that regardless of gender, the rights, the treatment, and the opportunities are equal. Of course, we understand that our local governments have a lot of work and responsibilities on their plate, particularly our local legislators. And naturally, we bank on you, our local legislators, emphasizing that all these advocacies will be difficult to implement without local legislative support. As local legislators, your support and partnership are crucial in advancing gender equality and empowering women in many communities. I would like to emphasize that the work that you do is very, very important. I repeat, the work that you do is very, very important. You know, your work might not be highlighted very often, but they do contribute to achieving good local governance. The measures that you pass in the local sanggunian are not mere numbers. They are not mere numbers. Resolution number 1, series of 2024, ordinance number 1, series of 2024. You number your resolutions, but as I said, they are not mere numbers. The people that benefit from the measures that you pass in the sanggunian have voices and faces. They have dreams and aspirations. And in a way, you are an instrument helping them achieve their dreams and aspirations. For example, how many youth have been saved because you passed an ordinance banning or prohibiting our young from driving motorcycles? How many farmers whose income have increased because now they can bring their produce easier to the market because of the roads constructed using funds that you authorized through the budget. So these are things that we really need to appreciate as legislators. Notwithstanding the significant responsibilities entrusted to you, we believe that you will be able to deliver with excellence. After all, nothing is impossible with the cooperation and unity of our local officials and our stakeholders. Before I wrap up my message, I just would like to inform you, I think it would be of interest to you to know the updates about the food devolution. You know, in 2018, our local government units, particularly our local officials, were very much overjoyed when the Supreme Court ruling handed down its decision, which is now called the Mandanas-Garcia ruling of the Supreme Court. But Executive Order 138 have, unloaded more functions and services to our local government units, which dampen your enthusiasm. And good that the President, our current President, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., even before he assumed office, he called us to a meeting, the DILG and the Department of Budget and Management. And his very first instruction to us is that we need to look into the issues and concerns raised by the different leagues of local governments. The ULA, the LPP, the LCP, the LLP, and the Liga ng mga Barangay. Because there are valid concerns that you raised, particularly with respect to the provisions of Executive Order 138 contribution is more than the increase in your national tax allocation. And to a certain extent, no, that is very, very good. That is why the President instructed us, together with the DBM and the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines, to look into Section 17 of the Local Government Code. Because the provisions of Section 17 are more or less very generic. So what we did is we unbundled the functions and services into their meaning details so that we can properly assign the level of local government unit that will deliver the unbundled functions and services. So in due time, we will be presenting the result of our research, of our study to the President, so that sabi nga niya, this time we want to make sure that we do it right, I think I've said enough, ladies and gentlemen, but this morning when I woke up, the first thing that came to my mind is a question. What would happen to this world if there are no women? Ay, yung tsura ng mundo ito kung walang mga babae. It would be barren, it would be boring. Indeed, it's the women which bring meaning and life and joy to this world. More than your knowledge and your skills, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, more than your knowledge and skills. Your capacity for compassion, for care, for generosity, for humility, for grace is what makes this world a better place to live in. Mabuhay ang ating mga kababaihan, mabuhay ang mga kasapi ng local legislators ng buong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.